What if the best air purifier doesn't plug into a wall, make noise, or break down in 6 months, but instead sits quietly in a pot by your couch, working 24/7? According to a groundbreaking NASA clean air study, certain houseplants can remove up to 87% of indoor air toxins in just 24 hours. These are the same invisible chemicals released by carpets, paints, glues, furniture, and even air fresheners. You may not see them, but your body definitely feels them. Symptoms like dry skin, frequent headaches, brain fog, fatigue, and allergies often trace back to indoor air quality. The surprising fix: a few low-maintenance indoor plants with scientifically proven detox powers. In this video, discover 15 powerful houseplants that clean your air naturally, help you breathe better, and look great while doing it, all backed by NASA research. These plants aren't just pretty, they act like green air filters, reducing common toxins like formaldehyde, benzene, xylene, and more. Whether your home is filled with electronics, pressed wood furniture, or just dry, dusty air, there's a plant here that fits your lifestyle, even if you have zero gardening experience. Let's start with a plant that practically takes care of itself and cleans like a machine. Comment below, which plants do you already have at home? Or which one are you adding to your list today? Number 1. Spider plant, Chlorophytum comosum. The spider plant may look simple, but its hidden power is something even scientists at NASA couldn't ignore. In their clean air study, it outperformed high-tech machines by removing harmful indoor toxins like formaldehyde and carbon monoxide, chemicals that silently leak from furniture, paint, and cleaning products.
Spider plants, nature's air purifiers, but are you giving them the care they deserve? Let's find out. Spider plants are super forgiving, but here's the secret to keeping them lush. Light, bright, indirect light is ideal, but they'll tolerate low light like champs. Water, keep the soil slightly moist but never soggy. Water once a week or when the topsoil feels dry. Humidity, they love a bit of humidity, so mist occasionally if your home is dry. Pro tip, those baby spiderettes, snip them and propagate for more plants.
What makes it so effective is its ability to exchange gases faster than most plants, thanks to high stomatal conductance. That means it breathes in dirty air and releases clean oxygen more efficiently. And it doesn't stop there. This plant naturally grows little offshoots, baby spider plants, that you can replant, multiplying your clean air army without spending a single extra dollar. It demands almost nothing in return. No harsh sunlight, no complicated routine. Just a quiet corner and occasional water. But while this plant is the perfect beginner's air purifier, what if you want something that purifies and adds a touch of floral elegance? Number 2. Peace lily, Spathiphyllum mauna loa. At first glance, the peace lily may seem like just another houseplant with pretty white blooms, but underneath its calm surface, it's doing serious work. In NASA's air cleaning tests, this plant ranked among the best at removing toxic gases like benzene and trichloroethylene, common indoor pollutants that come from plastics, adhesives, and detergents. Unlike mechanical air purifiers, it uses both its lush leaves and the microorganisms in its soil to absorb and break down these chemicals. Even better, it naturally pulls moisture from the air and returns it purified, making your room feel fresher and more breathable. Its broad, shiny leaves double as dust catchers, and it only needs low light and occasional watering to stay happy. Elegant and effective, it transforms any space into a cleaner, healthier environment. But what if your biggest challenge isn't just toxins, but dry air and constant dust? The next plant doesn't just filter, it hydrates your home. Number 3. Boston Fern, Nephrolepis exaltata. The Boston Fern doesn't just sit in your home, it works in silence, pulling harmful chemicals out of the air and releasing pure moisture in return.
If you're looking for a way to transform your home into a living space and to get rid of harmful toxins in the air at home, then you might want to consider getting a Boston Fern. This evergreen plant doesn't just help you to get rid of toxins, but it's also considered non-toxic itself, which means that you don't have to be careful if you got children or pets. Boston ferns like a cool to warm environment with high humidity and indirect sunlight, which means that especially in winter, when the air gets dry, you want to make sure to give it a mist. And in terms of watering, you want to keep the soil moist but not wet. An easy way to check for that is simply with your finger. And they also don't need much fertilizer, which means that you only have to fertilize it a few times during the year.
In NASA's study, this plant stood out by removing large amounts of xylene, toluene, and even formaldehyde, substances that sneak into your indoor air from everyday products like paints, cleaners, and carpeting. Its secret lies in its massive surface area. Every feathered frond acts like a sponge, soaking up pollutants and trapping dust. This makes it a favorite for people with allergies or breathing issues. And unlike machines, it quietly adds humidity back into dry rooms, making the air easier to inhale, especially in air-conditioned spaces. It thrives with just a mist and some indirect light, asking for very little while giving back a lot. But if this fern keeps your air moist, our next pick takes it one step further. It works through the night, cleaning the air even while you sleep. Number 4. Snake plant, Sansevieria trifasciata. The snake plant looks simple, but its ability to clean indoor air quietly outperforms even high-tech filters. Unlike most plants that release oxygen during the day, this one breathes out oxygen at night, thanks to a rare process called CAM photosynthesis. That means, as you sleep, it keeps cleaning the air around you. It removes harmful chemicals like nitrogen oxides and formaldehyde that are often found in common household items, paint, furniture, and cleaning products. What's more, it needs almost no sunlight, barely any water, and thrives where most other plants fail. This isn't just theory. A NASA study tested it and found that the snake plant actively lowered benzene and formaldehyde levels in closed spaces. It keeps working long after you've turned out the lights. And just as this quiet warrior purifies your air in the dark, the next plant not only cleans your home, it also soothes your skin from the inside out. Number 5. Aloe Vera, Aloe barbadensis Miller. Aloe vera is more than a gel-filled plant sitting on a windowsill. Beyond its healing use for burns and cuts, it quietly scrubs your indoor air of toxins like benzene and formaldehyde, chemicals that hide in everything from plastic containers to wall paint. Its thick, waxy leaves don't just store moisture, they absorb pollutants and trap them where they can't hurt you. Unlike complex machines that hum and need constant maintenance, aloe vera asks for just one thing: sunlight. Leave it near a window and it will work for you. It's easy to grow more from a single plant and just as easy to clean. NASA's Clean Air study confirmed its effectiveness in removing harmful chemicals. It may seem small, but aloe vera's dual power to heal your body and cleanse your air makes it essential. But if you're looking for something that stands tall while tackling air pollution, wait till you meet the rubber plant. Number 6. Rubber plant, Ficus elastica.
You will mostly come across two types of rubber plant in the garden center of the nursery. One is this burgundy colored one, like one here, and the other is a variegated kind. They grow tall and can be used in your living space to give an illusion of elongated walls. They will add some height. Here is how you have to care for this plant. It requires moist soil. That is the trick for the perfect looking rubber plant. Do not let the soil completely dry out between waterings. If the soil sticks to your hand when you touch it, that is the right soil condition like here. Rubber plant also enjoys good light. For example, this is a west facing window. So the indirect light falling on this is great for the growth of the rubber plant. You should ensure that wherever the rubber plant is kept, it is not getting intense heat. In case you're wondering what is the functional importance of rubber plant, Small-term irritation to long-term effects of immunity, blood-related health problems can be found caused by formaldehyde. It's a chemical that is commonly found indoors in our house because of the crude oil, paints, detergents that are commonly used in our households. Rubber plant can do a fabulous job at removing formaldehyde from our air.
The rubber plant is more than just eye-catching greenery. Its smooth, dark leaves hold more power than they show. Inside its leaves are natural compounds that attach themselves to formaldehyde molecules floating in your room, pulling them out of the air you breathe. The large surface of its leaves captures dust particles, while their shine gives off the look of polished stone. It's a sculptural centerpiece that doesn't just sit pretty, it works quietly. A quick wipe keeps it performing at its best. NASA's air quality experiments included this very plant, confirming its ability to trap harmful air pollutants. The taller it grows, the more space it covers, filtering silently and steadily. Unlike many air purifiers, it needs no electricity, just a little care and water. But if you think plants can only grow upward, think again. The next one climbs, crawls, and clears the air as it spreads. English ivy is coming, and it's made for even tougher environments. Number 7. English ivy, Hedera helix. English ivy doesn't just sit in the corner looking pretty, it works. This trailing vine has been scientifically proven to strip the air of harmful pollutants better than many machines. According to NASA's Clean Air Study, English ivy reduced benzene and even airborne mold spores from sealed environments. What's shocking is its ability to neutralize particles from human waste and allergens, making it especially useful in small, humid spaces where such contaminants concentrate, like your bathroom. It thrives in moisture-heavy air, growing fast and covering walls, or hanging baskets with a lush green curtain that silently purifies. It doesn't ask for much, yet it returns clean, breathable air. The very spaces that feel stuffy and off can become fresh zones with this plant quietly working behind the scenes. But while English ivy loves the moisture, the next plant takes it further, creating the humidity itself while detoxifying your room. Let's explore the Areca palm. Number 8. Areca palm, Dipsys lutescens. The Areca palm doesn't just clean air, it changes the air itself. With long, graceful leaves and a natural rhythm of releasing moisture, it becomes a silent, living humidifier in dry environments. According to NASA's Clean Air Study, this palm doesn't just sit pretty. It actively removes chemicals like xylene and toluene, substances often released by paints, furniture, and cleaning supplies. But what sets it apart is how it also raises indoor humidity. Watch a hygrometer while it grows, and you'll see your dry winter air slowly soften, making breathing easier and skin less irritated. It's not just detoxifying, it's transforming your indoor climate. Perfect for bedrooms, offices, or anywhere cold, dry air creeps in. But maybe you love the shape of palms, yet your space lacks sunlight. What then? The next plant handles toxins just as well, without needing the spotlight. Meet the bamboo palm, your low-light tropical air cleaning ally. Number 9. Bamboo palm, Chamaedorea cyfritzi. The bamboo palm doesn't beg for light or attention, yet it's doing more for your lungs than you realize. Compact and quiet, it's perfectly suited for shadowy corners and windowless rooms where most plants struggle. But here's what's quietly powerful. This palm can pull over 3,000 micrograms of formaldehyde per hour, according to NASA's Clean Air Study. That's the chemical often lurking in pressed wood furniture and household products. Alongside that, it removes benzene and trichloroethylene, substances linked to everything from headaches to long-term health risks. Its thick fronds trap particles while cooling the look of your space, bringing a sense of calm and fresh air to even the most sterile office cubicle or apartment nook. It works day in, day out, with no noise or filter replacements. But what if clean air could come with color too? The next plant does just that, with vibrant blooms and detoxing power. Meet the Gerbera Daisy. Number 10. Gerbera Daisy, Gerbera jamesoni. At first glance, the Gerbera Daisy might seem like just a cheerful splash of color for your home. But behind those bright petals lies a quiet powerhouse. According to a NASA study, this plant doesn't just sit pretty. It actively pulls toxic chemicals like trichloroethylene and benzene from the air. These are the same harmful compounds found in cleaning products, paints, and synthetic materials, slowly polluting indoor spaces. What's most striking is that the Gerbera Daisy performs best in sunlight, making it a natural fit for well-lit rooms where airborne toxins quietly build up. While machines filter air mechanically, this plant works organically, constantly absorbing and breaking down pollutants as it breathes. And all it asks in return is a bit of sunlight and water. Just when you think this might be the perfect indoor companion, there's another plant waiting. Faster growing, less demanding, and just as purifying. It's time to discover what Pthos can do. Number 11. Pthos, Epipremnum aureum. The deeper you look into Pthos, the more remarkable it becomes. This unassuming vine grows fast, needs little care, and keeps working silently to clean your home's air. As NASA claims, Pthos is especially effective at removing formaldehyde and carbon monoxide, two invisible yet dangerous gases released by everyday items like furniture glue, floor polish, and exhaust. Pthos thrives in low light, high light, and everything in between. You can forget to water it, neglect it for weeks, and it will still keep climbing, still keep cleaning. Its trailing vines act like green nets, trapping impurities as they stretch across shelves and walls. You don't need to be an expert to grow one, just place it anywhere and let it do its job. But just as you're impressed by its resilience, another plant steps forward. It looks similar, but with thicker, waxy leaves and an even easier way to multiply. Enter the Filidendrin. Number 12. Filidendrin, Filidendrin species. With its glossy heart-shaped leaves, the Filidendrin doesn't just look elegant, it performs a vital task that many overlook. This plant is a silent air purifier, capturing formaldehyde, one of the most common indoor toxins, through its thick, waxy surface. But what truly sets it apart is its ability to multiply. Clip a stem, place it in water, and it roots with ease, turning one plant into many without any special tools or soil. It's a living air filter that you can duplicate across your home. NASA's study found the heartleaf Filidendrin particularly effective in closed environments, making it a top choice for bedrooms, offices, and other sealed spaces. Whether it hangs, climbs, or trails, it does more than decorate. It detoxifies. But if you think this is as low effort as it gets, there's a plant up next that takes simplicity to another level. The ZZ plant isn't just easy, it's nearly indestructible. Number 13. ZZ plant, Zamioculcas zamiifolia. The ZZ plant doesn't just sit in your room looking pretty. It quietly clears the air around you, better than most electronic filters ever could. Its thick, waxy leaves trap harmful chemicals like xylene, a toxin found in household paints, glues, and cleaning agents.
The look of this plant is simply satisfying. Caring is also very simple, making it ideal for all the busy ones out there. Water whenever the soil is completely dry, and even if you happen to miss watering once or twice, that's completely okay. This plant is quite forgiving. Keep it in a medium-low light place, avoiding any direct sunlight. Otherwise, the leaves will start to burn. No special potting mix or soil is required for this plant. In fact, this one here, I'm growing it in water. Also, don't be in a hurry to repot this plant when it's growing in soil. ZZ plant likes to grow in small containers, and once it has completely outgrown that pot, it can be then propagated by separating the baby stems with some roots on them. Studies have shown that vehicular emission release such as toluene and xylene are very efficiently reduced for ZZ plants, so I very highly recommend this plant.
Unlike most plants, it doesn't complain in low light or dry spells. In fact, it thrives. You can forget to water it for weeks and it will still keep working. Its strong, rubbery leaves are like storage tanks, holding moisture and filtering the air even when ignored. NASA-backed research confirms its reputation as one of the most efficient plants for air detox, listing it among top xylene absorbers. And while your devices hum in the background, this one stays silent, doing its job every hour of every day. But if you think the ZZ plant is impressive, just wait. Next comes a plant that thrives in shadows and quietly handles a different toxin. Number 14. Chinese Evergreen, Aglaonema modestum. The Chinese evergreen doesn't ask for much, just a bit of water now and then, but in return, it gives back more than most filters ever could. In dim rooms or dull corners where most plants fade, this one grows. And while it stands quietly on a desk or shelf, it goes to work absorbing benzene, a toxic chemical found in everything from plastics to detergents. NASA's Clean Air study recorded it pulling over 600 micrograms of benzene per hour from the air. That's not a guess, it's lab-tested, repeatable proof. It doesn't need sunlight, doesn't need trimming, and it doesn't wither under fluorescent bulbs. It just stands there, looking stylish and subtle, while cleaning the air you breathe. It's the kind of plant that doesn't demand attention but earns it. And if this silent detox machine impressed you, the final plant in this trio doesn't just clean, it locks toxins deep inside its very structure. Number 15. Dracaena marginata. Our final pick, Dracaena marginata, doesn't just remove toxins, it traps them. As you go about your day, breathing air filled with invisible chemicals from furniture, carpets, and wall paint, this slow-growing plant is quietly storing xylene, toluene, and even formaldehyde deep inside its woody core. Its thin, red-edged leaves rise in sharp sculptural spikes that give any room a sleek, modern look. But that design hides its real strength. In NASA's Clean Air study, this plant removed about 850 micrograms of formaldehyde per hour. That's not a decorative bonus. That's industrial-level filtration built into a houseplant. With just occasional distilled water to avoid brown tips, it keeps working for years. While filters clog, fade, or break, this one just grows. It's not fast, but it's relentless. And with every passing day, it holds more of the toxins you'll never inhale. You've met the quiet cleaners. This one is the guardian, solid, still, and always on. Breathing cleaner air doesn't have to mean plugging in machines or buying expensive filters. With the right indoor plants, your home becomes a quiet detox zone, naturally reducing chemicals, allergens, and even mold around the clock. But while these air-purifying plants protect your lungs, some plants do something even more powerful. They help support your immune system, boost your mood, and even lower stress levels, just by living in the same room as you. In fact, a few houseplants have been linked to better heart health, reduced fatigue, and improved sleep, according to studies from the Journal of Environmental Psychology and NASA's research on biophilia. So if you're ready to go beyond clean air and build a truly healing space, you'll want to meet the 12 healthiest indoor plants for a full-body wellness boost. In the next video, we'll show you which plants promote focus, reduce anxiety, and help your body thrive, with zero gardening skills required.